Please be seated. Graduates, family, friends, welcome. It's very exciting to be here. I've just finishing my 15th year here at Notre Dame, and you'd think I wouldn't see a lot of firsts, but you guys have given me a lot of firsts. You know, with Lucas, it's the first time I've ever seen and met somebody dressed in US military uniform and speaking to me in a British accent. Grace, it's the first time I've had a fireman teach me, fluid mechanics. Frankie, I've challenged many a student to suck out a candle. You were the first to get the whole family involved. Ben, I recorded my first TikTok dance ever with you. Martin, I mean, we all know why you're the valedictorian. First day of class, I came and spoke with you. There we go. Go on, cheer it up, it's okay. First day of class, I arrive, and I'm talking to you in English. The second day of class, I arrive, you start speaking to me in Spanish. The third day of class, we arrive, we start talking in Portuguese. The fourth day of class, we were talking in French, then we talk in German. I finally got you on Irish, but I was running out of languages, I have to admit. Kate, you know you only have to apply to one graduate school, right, and get in. I have never written as many letters of recommendation for any single student as you. Evan, I see you in the hallway virtually every single day. Why is it only last Tuesday that I found out you're in a rock band? I mean, this is crazy. And then I've got to finish with, the ultimate nerd joke. Sydney, now that you're a grad, how are your curls and divergences going? That's an inside joke. She did a project on gradients, curls, and divergences for me when she was in the third year. Sorry if the rest of you all missed it. Anyway. And for the last 15 years, I've more or less given the same speech over and over again. It's pretty similar. But I have to say that, this year feels very different from other ones. You're all graduating into a very different world than previous classes. And I'm not going to get political about any of this. Your political views are your own and to discern. I make no judgment on them, and you're free to feel and choose and think about whatever it is. But one thing is clear, the world is changing, right? Technology is moving at a pace which is absolutely insane. The meaning and purpose of work, we're not entirely sure what it's going to be. Geopolitics are in a state that I haven't seen since I was a child. Misinformation is coming from every which angle you can possibly imagine, and the economy and opportunities are uncertain, right? Yes, change is in the air. And I really do believe historians will look back at this as a critical point in time for humanity, right? But I think it's really important that we remember one thing. Change is neither good nor bad. It's just that, change. And what happens is what we make of it. When change happens, it also means that there are opportunities present. And these are opportunities that were never there before. It's your job to grab them and make the most of them. It's your job to make these times great. And it's at times like this when the world and God asks the most of us to do the right thing. When confronted with challenges like this, I like to dig into the wisdom of the past, things that have been handed down to us over the generations. And when thinking about this, 4 historical figures came to mind. Being an Irishman, I've got to start with an Irishman, William Butler Yeats. Education is not about the filling of the pail, but the igniting of a fire. I hope that over the last 4 years, we have helped you spark that fire. But remember, this is a lifelong journey, right? Be sure to keep that internal fire and that curiosity going, because it will serve you well no matter what. Martin Luther King. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of a true education. There's nothing more dangerous out there than intelligent people without character. Again, I hope we've served you well in that regard. From everything I know of you as individuals, I am optimistic and hopeful. Benjamin Franklin, we're celebrating 250 years of the United States soon. Benjamin Franklin comes to mind. Only a virtuous people are capable of freedom. So practice the virtues. He had 13 of them. Temperance, silence, order, resolution, frugality, industry, sincerity, justice, moderation, cleanliness, tranquility, chastity, and humility. And apparently he used to pick one of these and go for a full week and focus intensely on that particular one. I'm currently going through humility, but it's really something, a practice that I think is a good one to put in and implement. Just focus on these things and remind you of yourself all these times. And then the last person is probably somebody you've never heard of, but somebody who's very dear to my heart. His name was Father Brennan. He's an Irish Jesuit priest who taught me Latin and was my rugby coach when I was 13 years old. He made us pray the Serenity Prayer at the beginning of every class. I wasn't sure why at the time, but when I look back, I really understand it. You all know it, I'm sure you've heard it before. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's a prayer that I pray daily, and I encourage all of you to do this too. He also had this big phrase that he had written on his blackboard, and if the custodian came in and cleared it off, he would put it back up there, and it is imprinted in my brain more than anything else that I can remember from my secondary school days. Good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from bad judgment. Make mistakes, have fun, take risks, fail miserably, but do it well. Do it with virtue and grow from every one of those experiments so that you can build your own vault of wisdom. Live a life of purpose and a life worth living. Because if you do this, it does not matter what change is coming and what the next several decades look like. It's going to be wonderful. And so with that, I'd like to invite our first student speaker to come up. Nicole, is she around?
Thank you, Dr. Bolster. Hello and welcome. My name is Nicole, and I figured I'd start where all good stories start, at the beginning. The first time most of us met was in Build Break Perfect. Luis told us to meet him by the lake, rolled up on his scooter, back before campus declared war on electric vehicles, and casually informed us that we would build a bridge across St. Joseph's Lake. I think all of us had the same thought. This man is insane. And yet, on April 19th, 2022, we stood together crossing a bridge strong enough to hold the weight of the entire class. There was only one casualty that day. Shout out Enrique, the best TA ever. Looking back, we weren't just building a bridge, but a community that would carry us through the next 4 years. Sophomore year was when we began to realize what we'd signed up for. We mastered shear and moment diagrams and statics, learned about planet Earth via Kahoot, and finally discovered the joys of AutoCAD. In materials, we learned that our metal music knowledge was severely lacking, that we were far less qualified in civil engineering trivia than we should have been, that cement trucks and concrete mixers are not the same thing, and that knowing the TA's names is always a good idea. In solids, we discovered that civil engineers are objectively cooler than mechanical engineers, and that if asked to play Just Dance in front of the entire class, the answer should always be no. Junior year kicked off with the New York City field trip, which brought us closer than ever. We walked the Brooklyn Bridge, toured Grand Central Station, stood in Times Square, ate at Katz's Deli, and explored several other educational local establishments. Back on campus, we learned it is possible to recover from a bad quiz, or several, and that we can only ever aspire to be as smart as Dr. Kareem. In environmental engineering, we learned more about wastewater than we'd ever hoped to know, though I can only speak for the civils. In fluids, we attempted to suck out a candle and made videos that proved engineers are capable of having fun if a grade is attached to it. Then came junior spring, which was perhaps the most aggressive civil engineering semester yet. Dr. T's iconic sweater vest combo and endless energy carried us through modeling, and not having enough TAs for the project really paid off in recon. Hydraulics introduced us to pumps and turbines and somehow convinced half the class to choose the hydraulics concentration, which honestly deserves its own award tonight. And then senior year came around. Geotech reminded us we'll never escape Bernoulli's equation. Senior design gave us the horrifying combination of a year-long project, Friday classes, and 8 a.m. presentations in Bond Hall, which honestly should be illegal. It also gave us unlikely group pairings that somehow morphed into friendships, inside jokes, and projects we'll never forget. But it was never just the classes. It was the ASC, conferences, Concrete Canoe, Steel Bridge, and Timber Strong teams. It was NDC, Engineers Without Borders, and Habitat for Humanity. It was Civil Thursdays, Uncivilized and Unsanitized, and CEEES Almost Friday posts. It was long days spent in FITS 356 and late nights where we were definitely up studying. And through it all, every stressful exam, every project deadline, every all-nighter, we did it together. That's what I'll remember the most, not the equations or the assignments or even the grades. I'll remember what it felt like to walk into a room and know every single person by name. I'll remember the comfort of shared struggle, laughing during labs and study sessions, random conversations or rants before class, the people who made this place feel like home. I'm gonna miss the chaos and the feeling that we were all in it together. So here we are at the end of the story, and look at us. This class is extraordinary. We have athletes, club presidents, team captains, band members, ROTC students, RAs, researchers, volunteers, singers, dancers, artists, leaders, and innovators. We have people who will design bridges and skylines, protect communities, improve infrastructure, fight for sustainability, and leave their mark on the world, one project at a time. The room is bursting with potential, and somehow, against all odds, we found ourselves here. Thank you so much to the faculty, staff, family, and friends who have supported us on this journey, especially my parents, sister, and grandparents. And thank you to all of you for the memories, the friendships, the laughter, and the privilege of growing alongside you these last 4 years. I'm so grateful Notre Dame and the CEEES department brought us together. May God bless all of you, and as always, go Irish.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Next, I'd like to invite Grace to come up, representing the environmental engineers.
Thank you, Dr. Bolster. Friends, family, and CEEES class of 2026. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Grace, and I'm an environmental engineering major here at Notre Dame. For all of you who do know me, it's just me again, your local overly ambitious enviro, but don't worry, I won't make any rock jokes this time. As I look out at all of you now, it doesn't feel that long ago that we were freshmen, sitting wide-eyed in our first year engineering class, wondering which engineering discipline was the right fit and where the next 4 years were going to take us. It wasn't that long ago that we maybe thought that the CEEES department was huge, or that we built a bridge and treated grape juice in engineering design to explore civil and environmental engineering. It was not long ago that we wandered through the endless club tables, feeling overwhelmed and not quite knowing yet where we fit. It was not long ago that we peered around at our classes, desperate to find others in our discipline, or when we first met our favorite CEEES characters. It was not long ago at all that we were new to CEEES and to Notre Dame, feeling lost, uncertain, vulnerable, and maybe a little scared or alone. But now we sit here together at the CEEES, as the CEEES graduating class of 2026, preparing to receive our diplomas. We know now that CEEES is slightly more tiny and mighty than we maybe originally assumed. We know now that civil and environmental engineering are so much more than building one bridge or treating one small tube of grape juice. We've found our places, whether that be ASCE, EES, NDC, Engineers Without Borders, or another outstanding club and or community here at Notre Dame. We have found our people, those that we've walked with between classes, gotten en-vunch with, cracked silly inside jokes with, or that we've made into a safe space. And we've met all of the wonderful characters that CEEES has to offer. And whether it feels like it or not, we've become strong, secure, incredible, and empowering people who are about to receive a diploma that we've earned and worked incredibly hard for. So now, here we are, looking forward to the next step, each one of ours looking worlds different from those sitting next to us. Perhaps we feel a small bit of that uncertainty, vulnerability, fear, or even loneliness that our freshman selves felt 4 years ago. But if those little freshmen could see us here together now, they would be so incredibly proud and thankful. We've been in this position before, we'll be in this position again, and we have become individuals ready to take on all of it and build a beautiful life around it, whatever it may be. This current self, sitting in this room today, will soon look up to where you are going next and will feel even more pride and gratitude than the smaller version of yourself does now. You all are a beautiful group of people who have accomplished outstanding things, touched many hearts, and have made a real difference in this department, university, and greater life during your time at Notre Dame. I am so thankful to have met each and every one of you, and I have no doubt that each future in this room will shine brighter than the dome that shines down on us today and always. Thank you all for these incredible 4 years. Thank you for being a class that I am beyond proud to be a part of, and I know that so many others in this room are proud to claim as well. Thank you to our outstanding staff and professors who have opened doors and lifted each of us to this point. And last but not least, thank you to all of the friends and family here with us today who have provided the support we needed to even put on these caps and gowns in the first place. We have an amazing group of people in this room, and that is something to be beyond thankful for. Always remember this family we have, and know that the love and support gathered here in this room stretches near and far, always. So, fellow CEEES students, rock and concrete enthusiasts, and world changers, congratulations, we made it. CEEES do get degrees, and now let's show this world what CEEES is made of. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Grace. And now we'll have some brief faculty remarks by two faculty members that were chosen by the students to represent both the civil and environmental groups. We start with Josh Wright, please.
Fermentation. To most of your fellow Notre Dame graduates across all the other departments and colleges, and likely even your very civil classmates, biological fermentation is associated with just one singular product. Indeed, some will specifically associate this singular fermentation product with the celebratory nature of this weekend. Okay. Yet you, my environmental engineers who took environmental microbiology from me, no doubt recall these two specifics of fermentation. One, when considering the metabolism of fermentation, there is no external electron acceptor. And two, as you know from literally getting your hands cheesy during our in-class experiment, the product of fermentation that leads to the holes in Emmentaler Swiss cheese, as performed by Propionibacteria, is CO2, or carbon dioxide. But I have not actually brought up the topic of fermentation to lecture you or test you on colored paper one more time. I just wish to point out to all of you that considering fermentation as the action of just one microbe to produce just one product is simply just too limited. There are so many fermentations performed by so many interesting bacteria. Without this variety of possible bacterial fermentations, there would be no yogurt, no cheese, no balsamic vinegar, no sauerkraut, no kimchi, no kombucha, or many other useful food and chemical products. So it is with different pathways of fermentation, so it is true for all of you. You will leave this great place and go off to do many great, interesting, and different things. There is not just one way by which the civil or environmental engineering degree that is conferred upon you by the University of Notre Dame this weekend is supposed to be applied to your career and your life. Certainly when I was in your shoes graduating with my engineering bachelor's degree, I did not aspire to be a professor or study bacteria for a daily living. But just look at me now. I am a bacterial geek extraordinaire. And I have a job I love. So you, like me, may take some time to figure out what you will be truly best at. In closing, I kindly request that you might be open to the different fermentations that may arise over the next few years and beyond of your life. My colleagues and I truly expect the different products that will come from them to be both useful and wonderful.
Thank you, Josh. And now, representing the civils, Professor Louise Fargé-Gabaldon.
Thank you, class of 2026, for this opportunity, which I deeply value. I'm going to talk about humanizing engineering. Recently, I read a quote attributed to Carl Jung: "An unlived life is a disease from which one can die." But how can we live a fulfilling life aligned with our profession and help others do the same? The answer may lie in humanizing engineering. To humanize engineering, we need to distinguish right from wrong. Distinguish right from wrong in times when our moral values are constantly challenged and when theory opposes field evidence. Distinguish right from wrong when data is used to contradict common sense and where technology replaces millennia of successful performance. Distinguish right from wrong on a 4-inch screen, confining our view of the world. Also distinguish right from wrong as you build the bridge from who you are to who you want to become. Making the distinction may seem trivial, but often isn't. And more importantly, courage is needed to act with virtue. I will leave you with 4 recommendations. Reinforce bonds with family. When the boat rocks, there is only family and spirituality to sail you to a safe port. And those times will come, even when you make the right decision. Travel and read. Read history. History is a sine wave with a transient noise that damps over time. Read great thinkers: Thomas Aquinas, Nietzsche, Adam Smith, Marx, John Stuart Mill, Dostoevsky, and others. Do not judge. Instead, find common grounds with modern times. Pick your battles and battle. It is part of the journey, and enjoy the journey. And don't do to others what you don't want done to you. Remember, doing the right thing often means being wrong in your own way rather than right in someone else's way. I wish you the best, class of 2026.
Thank you, Luis. And now for the main event that we're all here for, we will do the presentation of diplomas. Now, families and friends, I do not expect this to be a quiet ordeal. Martin's mother has already shown us how it's done. I want everybody to follow her example. I want lots of loud cheering when your person is walking across this stage. Are you going to disappoint me? No. That's what I like to hear. Thank you. Let's get the ball rolling.
Rovan G. Amoris. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Kate Akona. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering, cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Bayoff. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering, magna cum laude. Joseph Patrick Ballard. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Lucas B. Brennickmeyer. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. Gracelyn C. Combs. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering, magna cum laude. Patrick J. Dampf. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Ashina Elena Cristina Delgado. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Joshua Dobashi. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Zachary Dooner. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. Benjamin J. Fraser. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Vivian E. Fida. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. John Kian Higgins Gross. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. Enrique A. Guzman Cox. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Bridget G. Hannon. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. William L. Henches. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Evan A. Johnston. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering, cum laude. Ian J. Johnston. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Michael Joseph Culling Mayo. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering, cum laude. James Lefevre. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering, magna cum laude. Lauren Grace Lampinen. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Joseph E. LaValle. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Emily J. Lopez. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Mary C. Marino. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. Nicholas J. May. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering, cum laude. Aiden H. McClanahan. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Nathaniel P. McGlone. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. Julia J. Meitner. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Alan O. Montesero. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. Luke C. Myers. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering, cum laude. Sarah Rose Oliva. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. Carter Patrick Powers. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering, summa cum laude. Jimena Lucia Ramanisi. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Caroline M. Rogers. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. Sydney M. Sanders. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Braden Snow. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Martin Soros. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering, summa cum laude. In University of Notre Dame valedictorian, class of 2026. Quinton F. Thompson-DeVoli. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Michael Tui. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Samuel Patrick Tyler. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Nicole Vaccaro. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Francesca Ray Vacco. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Melina S. Ventura. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Sebastian M. Villa. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Flora Wang. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. Camden L. Wozniak. Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering, cum laude.
Okay. I present to you the Civil and Environmental Engineering and Earth Sciences class of 2026. Okay, before we leave, there is one more thank you that we all have to do. So can you all please stand up, turn around, and cheer for everybody that's here for you and got you here. Thank you. That concludes our ceremony today. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of this weekend. Congratulations to everybody. One thing before we all leave, come back frequently, keep us up to date. There is nothing more joyful than 10 years after a student having graduated, me opening my office door, looking and going, wait, if I remove that beard, that's Joe, right? So please, let us know what's going on. We want to hear from you. Congratulations. Have a wonderful time.